The paddock never sleeps, but even for a sport known for non-stop drama and high-speed twists, what Red Bull just dropped is something else entirely. You've probably heard the rumors swirling for months, but now it's edging toward official Yuki Tsunoda after 5 seasons within the Red Bull system. Won't be racing for Red Bull Racing beyond 2025. That's a huge change on its own, but here's the kicker. It's not just about Yuki's exit. This decision is sending shockwaves all the way up the grid, and it's making Max Verstappen's future suddenly look way more uncertain. Max, the 4-time world champion and the backbone of Red Bull's recent dominance, still has a contract through 2028, but apparently that contract contains a performance clause tied to the Hungarian Grand Prix. If Verstappen is outside the top 3 in the standings by that point, he's free to walk. Imagine that, a driver of his caliber with an exit door that could swing wide open based on a few critical races. Red Bull knows the stakes, and they're scrambling behind the scenes to prepare for every scenario, including the doomsday possibility of Max leaving. This isn't just a routine driver shuffle, it's a warning shot. When Red Bull decided not to renew Tsunoda's contract, they weren't just clearing a seat. They were signaling a bigger shift, one that's all about building their future on their own terms, especially with the major regulation changes coming in 2026. Red Bull is doubling down on its junior program, putting homegrown talent front and center, rather than looking outside for quick fixes. So here's what I want to ask you. Do you think Max Verstappen will actually leave Red Bull after 2025? Yes or no? Drop your vote in the comments. And if you want to stay ahead of all the updates in this story and much more, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Your subscription is really important to us and helps us keep bringing you the fastest news on Formula 1. Now, let's get ready, because this Red Bull saga is just getting started. Now that we've covered the shockwaves from Tsunoda's exit and the looming uncertainty around Verstappen, let's dive into what Red Bull is actually planning for the future. Helmut Marko, the man calling the shots on their driver program, is doubling down on what Red Bull has always done best: trust their junior program. This isn't just a driver change, it's a culture shift. And right at the heart of that shift are 2 young guns who could shape Red Bull's future for years to come: Isack Hadjar and Arvid Lindblad. Isack Hadjar made quite a splash during his rookie season with Red Bull's junior team. He's fast, disciplined, and surprisingly consistent, especially compared to Liam Lawson, who was once the team's next big hope. Hadjar's precision on the track has impressed many, and he seems to have grown a lot under pressure, especially after some emotional moments earlier in his junior career. But here's the catch: consistency alone isn't everything in Formula 1. Pressure is a whole different beast, and the question on everyone's mind is how Hadjar will handle it once he's up against top-tier drivers like Verstappen or whoever takes that seat next. That's where Arvid Lindblad comes into the picture. At barely 17 years old and fresh from Formula 3, Lindblad is already turning heads. He's not just racing, he's been deeply involved in testing Red Bull's 2026 machinery. Simulator laps, closed-door test sessions, long runs in the RB21. He's been given opportunities most juniors can only dream of. In fact, Helmut Marko has said outright there's a bigger talent in Formula 3, and everyone knows he's talking about Lindblad. While Hadjar's rise is impressive, Lindblad is seen as the silent assassin, a simulator master who doesn't just handle pressure, but thrives in it. At Silverstone, under intense scrutiny, he managed to run lap times close to Verstappen's in the RB21. For Red Bull insiders, that's a massive vote of confidence. So here's a question for you. Who do you think is ready for the Red Bull seat in 2026, Hadjar or Lindblad? Vote in the comments below. And if you want more insider updates on these rising stars and what this means for the sport, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Alright, now let's shift gears and talk about the swirling rumors that could shake up not just Red Bull, but the entire Formula One landscape. Max Verstappen to Mercedes. It sounds like a headline from a blockbuster movie, but insiders say it's more than just talk, it's a real possibility. Despite his contract with Red Bull through 2028, that performance clause we mentioned earlier is a ticking time bomb. If Max is outside the top 3 by the Hungarian Grand Prix, he can walk, and Mercedes is waiting with open arms. Mercedes CEO Ola Kalinius has reportedly given the green light for this potential blockbuster signing, and Toto Wolff is quietly preparing for every angle. Imagine a Verstappen-Russell lineup at Mercedes, a team packed with talent, but also plenty of rivalry. Max and George Russell don't exactly see eye to eye. Their war of words in 2020 foreshowed that. Yet Toto seems unfazed, recalling the fierce Hamilton-Rosberg battles of the past. For him, managing competitive teammates is just part of the game. But it's not just about the drivers. Mercedes is also planning the domino effect. If Max joins, where does that leave their own golden prospect, Kimi Antonelli? Rumor has it that Kimi could move to Alpine, which becomes Mercedes' new engine customer starting in 2026. This would clear the way for that dream Mercedes lineup. So what do you think? Would you be excited or worried to see Verstappen and Russell as teammates? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And while you're at it, make sure you subscribe to Fast News F1 and ring the notification bell. There's so much more coming your way on this thrilling saga, and you won't want to miss a second of it. Let's talk about Liam Lawson, the driver whose journey with Red Bull has been anything but straightforward. Once hyped as the next breakthrough star, Lawson was fast-tracked to replace Sergio Perez in 2025, but things didn't go as planned. Under pressure, he struggled badly, crashing out of qualifying twice in a row and showing zero pace in races like Shanghai. Christian Horner had hoped Lawson would be Red Bull's answer to George Russell, but instead, Lawson was sent back down to the Junior Racing Bulls team by race 4. That hit his confidence hard, and it showed on track. But here's the twist. Since returning to the junior ranks, Lawson hasn't just given up. He's quietly clawed his way back, scoring points in Monaco and pulling off a 6th-place finish in Austria that surprised a lot of fans. More than that, Lawson's been playing a crucial role behind the scenes. According to insiders, his technical feedback has been invaluable in developing the car, and he's taken on a mentorship role with Isaac Hayar. That steady presence is exactly what Red Bull needs amid all the upheaval with new 2026 regulations coming in. If Red Bull promotes Hayar or goes all in by putting Lindblad straight into the main team, they'll still need experienced drivers in their junior ranks, drivers who can handle pressure, mentor rookies, and keep the team's development on track. Lawson might never wear the main Red Bull colors again, but he could become indispensable as a senior figure in Racing Bulls. So here's a question for you. In Formula One, do you think experience beats raw talent when it comes to handling the pressure? Yes or no? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you enjoy these deep dives into the stories behind the scenes, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Your support helps us bring you the fastest and most detailed news from the F1 world. So here we are at the big question: who will lead Red Bull after Verstappen? If Max does walk away at the end of 2025, Red Bull faces a high-stakes gamble like no other. On one side, there's Isaac Hayar, the polished and composed rookie with solid stats and a mature approach to racing. On the other, Arvid Lindblad, the mysterious simulator wizard whose quiet rise has everyone whispering about his potential to jump straight into the deep end. What's truly wild is the idea that Red Bull might throw Lindblad directly into the main team. In 2026, number 18-month warm-up, no Racing Bulls apprenticeship. It's a move bordering on insanity in the F1 world. But then again, Red Bull has never been normal. They took chances on Sebastian Vettel and later on Max Verstappen himself, and it paid off big time. Could Lindblad be the next revolutionary driver, ready to carry the Red Bull legacy forward at just 18 years old? Meanwhile, Liam Lawson remains the reliable figure behind the scenes, mentoring rookies and helping the team stay grounded. Amid a revolutionary technical era, Red Bull's future is no longer just about building champions. It's about survival in a radically changed sport. And don't forget, this isn't just about Red Bull. Mercedes is actively pushing to destabilize them with Verstappen rumors heating up. The pressure is on, and every decision now could change the face of Formula One. So here's my final question for you. Who do you think will lead Red Bull's future? Hoyer, Lindblad, or maybe someone else entirely? Cast your vote in the comments, and make sure you subscribe and ring the bell to catch every update on this high-stakes saga. Remember, Helmut Marko once said, "Pressure makes diamonds," but in 2026, it might just be about who survives. Thanks for watching. Stick around for more fast news F1. You know we bring you the fastest, freshest stories from the grid.